Okay. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Road to Regionals, where we're still using our not good team. And we proved in the previous episode how not good it is. Well, there's nothing we can do. Well, in the third game, there was something that we could have done about that. Pay attention. So, I want to have... I mean, we're still at, like a 2.0, win ratio right here. We're dropping considerably. We were literally at 1650 in a couple episodes ago. But I wasn't paying attention because I was commentating in the third battle in my previous episode, and I completely whiffed it where I could have just easily won it if that one turn didn't happen. I am just so sick of playing Assault Fest Landers. Every single Landers that we've played, and everybody watch out for this, every single Landers that we have played so far, I think 5 so far, out of all these games that we've played, they were Assault Fest. And it's kind of getting annoying because, I'm watching other content creators, they're all playing either Scarfed or Ground DMZ, and I'm the one getting Assault Fest, and it screws up my camera. Alright, so, I forget what the rating and the name, the rating of this player was and where they're from. They have a pretty cool team. Not going to name the Pokemon, you all know what they're called. Let's try to figure out a game plan right here. Does get Fake Out in that of Salazzle, so if I were him, I'd probably end up going with the Salazzle and the Metagross. So I'm definitely going the Mimikyu right here because he can't fake me out. Ooh, my 3DS is going to die here in a second. So he can't fake that out. I'm going to go with the Staraptor right here, because if he's going to fake anything out, it should be the Staraptor. Because then I can Final Gambit, but then I can get in my, thing. And, yeah, with the Salazzle Lele, Thunder is probably even with, Hidden Power Ice. I'm not bringing the Bulu. I have to get my charger, be right back. Alright, we're in business. He didn't even lead a fake out user. Oh, I like Lysandre's music. Okay. Alright, I see you. So we're faster. I keep saying we're faster than the Thundurus, but I can't tell that though. Would Thundurus Therian be ooh, I am cheeky. Thundurus Therian be faster than my Scarfed. Therian. It's going to be modest if it's Scarfed. Alright, so what's it going to be at? 153. Poop. It's going to be faster than my Staraptor. But if he goes for the Thunderbolt into the Staraptor, he's not double attacking to the Mimikyu. No! What am I doing? Trick Room. Yeah, so I'm going for a Final Gambit into the Lele, because if the Thundurus was Scarfed, then it likely would have went for an attack into the Mimikyu to break my Disguise, and then the Lele could have followed up, because if I Final Gambited into the... should have freaking Final Gambit that thing. What could he switch in? Metagross? Skydrop, Iron Head. And he's going to be faster. So if it's the Metagross, I'm going to bring in this thing right here, the Threaten that. Because he can Skydrop and then Iron Head. That'll be able to take out my Mimikyu. Yep. If he wants to do that, he's losing his Metagross. So, do I just go for the safe play of going for... My Mimikyu is timid, right? Alright, this is all a learning experience. I'm looking up Metagross' speed because if it's adamant, which it shouldn't be, it's going to underspeed my Mimikyu, I believe. So, Mega Metagross... Yeah, it's going to be underspeeding my Mimikyu. So, his play is to go for an Iron Head. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go for the Never Ending Nightmare into that. And I'm going to Mega Evolve and I'm gonna go for an Eruption. How can this possibly screw me over? I guess if the Metagross goes for a Protect and I don't get up Trick Room. But he shouldn't be going for a Protect in this situation because he wants to go for the Iron Head into the Mimikyu. And most of your Metagrosses are going to be Iron Head. Oh, so he's faster than the Thundurus. So both of these Pokemon are going down. So it's going to be, after this, a 1v3. So maybe my opponent didn't realize that he actually gets the speed buff when he goes, like, on the exact turn that you go Mega, which is a new mechanic in this game, which my opponent could very well have forgotten. Because in the previous game, normally in order to gain your speed buff, you would actually have to go for a like a Mega, Mega and then Protect. Ooh, okay, so that takes out regular Metagross, but Mega Metagross gains some bulk, and okay, Thundurus actually survives, which I am very surprised by. Because Thundurus Therian really isn't the bulkiest of all Pokemon. Thundurus Incarnate is the bulkier of the two, but I believe majority of the people that use Thundurus Incarnate typically run bulk on that. And then Thundurus Therian is the one that is non-bulky, but the attacker. What's he do right here? I'm going to switch into Snorlax right here. I mean, he could very well... No, I'm sorry. See, now I'm not paying attention. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go for... Am I faster than the Landorus? I'm actually going to go for Destiny Bond, because I don't think the Thundurus... I didn't see a Life Orb on that. And then switch into my Snorlax right here. I think... If this is... It could be Scarflanders. We'll just go with this. I'm going to go for the Destiny Bond, because I'm not living this turn with Mimikyu. He wants to not let me get up. He wants me to not let... Jesus Christ. He doesn't want me to get up Trick Room, is what I'm trying to say right now. And he's going to Thunderbolt probably into the Mimikyu, yeah. I should have just Heat Waved right there. Because the Heat Wave isn't taking me out. I mean, I'm sorry. The Earthquake isn't taking out my Camerupt. So I'm going to Protect right here, and then he can't Sky Drop my Snorlax. That's one good thing about this. He could very well go for a Thunderbolt, but that's fine. I'm going to be able to take out the Thundurus. So it's Thunderbolt, it's Sky Drop, and it's probably going to Protect right here to match my Protect on my Camerupt, and also to protect the Return Away. But he also doesn't want me to get up a Belly Drum, because the Earthquake isn't doing too much to me, and he could easily get up a Belly Drum. So, let's see. I think this is definitely, like, still winnable. Scarflander. So, of course, the first Landers that we played where if we don't need it to be Scarfed is Scarfed. Yep, so he's just going to Earthquake right here. Because, I mean, I think Jolly Landorus outspeeds Mimikyu, right? Alright, so what is he going to go for? What did he go for with the... This isn't Showdown, so I can't, like, look at what they went for the previous turn. I think he went for maybe a Sky Drop, because you don't go for a Thunderbolt. Maybe he went for an HP Ice or something like that. So I just go for a Heat Wave right here, and then I go for the Return into the Landorus. These combination of moves won't be able to take me out, but the Earthquake won't be able to take out my camera, barring a crit right here. And it's not doing too much. This Snorlax is going to proc the Berry right here. Yeah. And then I can just follow up on the next turn. And then I can go for a Protect Return. But if it's Jolly Landorus... Well, no, it's outspeeding... Okay, this should be able to clean it up then. So it looks like it's 252 Jolly Landorus because... sorry, Scarflanders, because it was outspeeding Thundurus Therian. Thundurus Therian's faster than that of even Jolly Landorus. So, yeah, so that was Scarflanders. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, we're going to win that game right there. It was kind of sloppy. I'm not proud of actually how I played that game. Because on the turn in which he had Sky Dropped me, I could have just gone for a Trick Room and Eruption, and that would have been the Eruption would have been able to take out the Metagross, and it wasn't taking out the Thundurus. But then if I get up a Trick Room, he can't. He's not attacking before I am, so then I could just go for another Eruption, and we're looking pretty good right there. And then we'd seen that the Thundurus was faster than my Mimikyu, and then the Landorus was Scarfed, so my Mimikyu was outspeeding both of them. I could just went for an Eruption, and then the follow-up attack into the Landorus, and that would have been a quicker win. A less sloppier win, but we win nevertheless. Alright, so Theurymon, I believe it's from New York, lower 1500s ranking. Cresselia, Landorus, Therian, Lele, Ferrothorn, which always gives us problems. This is a Sun team with Blacephalon, and Charizard, just definitely Charizard Y. Probably like Sunny Day on the Cresselia as well. But what can he really... I guess he leads the Blacephalon because I can't go for the final Gambit into it, but Brave Bird is still really... It does a lot of damage to it. So Blacephalon, Charizard, probably Landorus and Ferrothorn. I don't think he brings the Lele. And the Cresselia really isn't doing anything in this matchup unless he goes for like a reverse Trick Room, and even at that, that's probably not even doing too much. So as per usual, I'm going to lead the Staraptor. Hopefully he doesn't lead. Actually, I hope he leads the Blacephalon because that doesn't, that's like less annoying. Because I can go for... I'm going to bring in the Mimikyu right here. I'm definitely not bringing Bulu. There's way too much fire right here. The Sun has a pretty... Is that like a Nurse... Nurse Joy, yeah. Nurse Joy outfit? That's really cool. I'm bringing a Mimikyu in the front right here because if he believes the Blacephalon, I can go for a Final Gambit into the partner Pokemon, and I can't go for it into the Blacephalon, and then I could just go for a, because the Mind Blown will just take out my Disguise, and I'll be able to get up a Trick Room, and then I should be able to outspeed the Blacephalon, yeah. Blacephalon's shiny is so ugly looking. I like how it looks in its regular form. It looks like a clown. That just looks like, I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. It looks like a lollipop that I don't want to friggin' eat. So, I go for the safe play going for a Final Gambit because he led the Blacephalon. I don't have to worry about the Blacephalon switching in on the Final Gambit. I go for the Blacephalon and Charizard. It's probably going to protect, but if it's protecting, it's letting me get up Trick Room. And if he goes for a Mind Blown, he's taking out my Staraptor. Mimikyu should be slower than both of these Pokemon after the Trick Room, yeah. So, I think this is a safe play. Smart play on his part would be to protect the Charizard right here, let me get up Trick Room, Staraptor's the slowest thing under the Trick Room, and not take it out right here. Because if he goes for a Mind Blown, he's taking out the Staraptor. Maybe he just wants to get off massive amounts of damage, which should not be his main goal right here. It's Scarfed! And... Oh, shit! I didn't even... I didn't even realize that. Oh, yeah, of course! Scarf Blacephalon's faster. It's Scarf Blacephalon! Oh my god! Dude, if he hit me right there, our game plan is donezo. It is donezo Washington. Because now I just go for the never-ending nightmare into the Blacephalon. There's nothing that could take it in the back. I mean, he could bring in the Ferrothorn right here, but I still go for an Earth Power into the Blacephalon. Or I can even just go for an Eruption. The Cresselia. I think I have to prioritize the Cresselia, actually. So I'm going to go for an Eruption right here. He had actually taken the liberty of setting up the Sun for me. And then I go for a never-ending nightmare into the Cresselia because I can't let him reverse the Trick Room because that's literally the only thing you bring in the Cresselia right here is the reverse the Trick Room. Blacephalon can't protect right here, but if I get the never-ending nightmare off, in which I should, into the Cresselia, that with the combination of the Eruption should be able to take it out because the Eruption will probably do about like half or 60% damage and it shouldn't proc his 50% berry. Oh my god, that almost takes out the Blacephalon. And this should definitely clean the Cresselia up, because what he's doing is he's going for reverse Trick Room right here because he's attacking after my Mimikyu. Woo! Whew! Okay. It's going to be another quick game. He's going to go for Heat Wave. If it hits my Mimikyu, it's taking out my Mimikyu, but then he just gives me a free switch into my Snorlax. I go for a high horsepower into that. I don't even have to do that. I actually just go for another Eruption. Or Heat Wave with my camera up, then that will be able to take out the Blacephalon. There we go. The camera up avoids, which was completely unnecessary. The Mimikyu survives, huh? So I have no bulk invested in this Mimikyu. It's 252, 252. Is this well, he can't go for an Earthquake. I just go for an Eruption. And, just go for a Destiny Bond. Because if he goes for an Earthquake, it's not taking out my camera up, and he'll be taking out his own Blacephalon. If he goes for a Rock Slide, again, it's not taking out my camera up. I'm going to attack before it, so I don't have a chance to get flinched. And I should be attacking before the Landorus with my Mimikyu. Huh. So what else did he have? I didn't think he was going to bring the Cresselia. Could have brought the Ferrothorn, yeah, because you have to see it in like team. We're gonna play one more with this. That was like, this is a really quick episode. You have to imagine, like, my main goal with this team is to get up Trick Room, and you don't bring your own Trick Room counter, which is Ferrothorn. Because the Ferrothorn can underspeed, therefore outspeed my camera up under the Trick Room, go for a Power Whip. With some additional chip, it could very well take me out. It takes out the Mimikyu under the Trick Room, so I mean, what he could have done is he could have just switched into his Ferrothorn on the Cresselia slot. He didn't bring his Ferrothorn, but he could have went for an Iron Head. I couldn't get off my Z move. And he could also benefit from that, but he's also risking me taking him out with an Eruption, I guess. He was really, really scared off by my Sun. Well, he doesn't know I have Sun because I don't have a Harsh Sunlight setter like Charizard or Ninetales. But I have Sunny Day on my Aromatisse, so I think that's the call. You got to bring Mimikyu against those Sun teams. Alright, so we have one of those, like, Chalk-esque teams, with the Kangaskhan, the Feeny, the Landorus, the Zapdos, Amoonguss, and the Volcarona. So, I think in team improvement, in which I didn't improve this team at all, I need to make my camera up to min speed, because if I make my camera up to min speed, I outspeed the Amoonguss under the Trick Room. I can go for Eruptions, especially in sunny days, and just do massive amounts of damage. I think a Cresselia on this team would actually benefit me more than the Aromatisse. Granted, the Cresselia can get taunted, but then I can go for ally switches, and that will prevent me from getting like Grandium Z'd and my my camera upped, and preventing me from like getting spored by the Amoongusses and stuff. But then I can run min speed because I don't have to worry about Aromatisse underspeeding me under Trick Room. Kangaskhan, Feeny is good right here. Kangaskhan, Amoonguss is good right here. Kangaskhan, Zapdos is good right here. I'll lead that right there. Mimikyu doesn't really do much right here. Bring the Aromatisse, camera up. He's definitely bringing the Amoonguss. I'm trying to think. I have 11 seconds left. I can't look at speeds. Trying to think. Bulu actually looks pretty good right here, but fortunately, I'm going to bring my Snorlax. I think Bulu is the call because Bulu can't be spored, but Amoonguss can still go for Sludge Bombs. Bulu is also good for the Feeny because the Feeny should be brought right here. I'd imagine that the Kangaskhan, the Amoonguss, the Feeny, and probably Landorus would be brought right here. It's usually the core that people would bring against me when they're running this type of team. It's going to be a tough matchup. All of these like Chalk-esque teams are pretty tough matchups. I had a feeling that he was going to lead the Amoonguss to prevent me from trying to go for a Trick Room. It's a really strong lead on his part. One thing I was considering is actually leading with the Staraptor and the camera up. They'd be able to outspeed it, go for an Eruption, draw the Fake Out into my Staraptor, and then potentially take out the Amoonguss. Because now he just goes for a Fake Out into the Staraptor and spores my Aromatisse. I doesn't even have to spore my Aromatisse. You can actually just go for a Sludge Bomb into the Aromatisse, get some chip, allow me to set up Trick Room. Because he definitely fakes my Staraptor out. Can also anticipate me switching out my Staraptor and go for a Spore into this slot as well. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the Sunny Day. I'm not setting up the Trick Room for him. Because I'll be able to... We'll be speed tying if he's min speed Amoonguss right here. With the Sunny Day. So the fake out should be going into the counter up. I'm going to grab some Witter right here. It's looking like to be a tough matchup. Let's see what he does. Yeah, it's a lot of damage still, even if it's intimidated. And he wins the speed tie, unfortunately. But now I can outspeed the Amoonguss and then get off a Heat Wave. But now he could just bring his Feeny into the Amoonguss slot. Because I could protect my camera ups, try to wake up right here with my Aromatisse, and then set up Trick Room. But he wants to be onto the Trick Room with the Amoonguss. I'm going to Mega Evolve Heat Wave right here. This won't take out the Amoonguss, unfortunately, though. Let's try. Let's try. This will be good. This will be good information. Because I know I'm going to be able to outspeed the camera up right there. Because, well, is this Amoonguss not min speed? If it's not min speed Amoonguss, it could outspeed my camera up. But I'm assuming he'd speed tied right there. That's what I'm assuming. Frustration probably into the, yeah, into the camera. That does so much damage. Giga Dream. Going for the double up into the camera. Playing really risky right there. Could have just protected and then potentially woken up. Wake up with my, yeah, because the Amoonguss goes down right here. If I wake up with my first turn wake up with my Aromatisse, I am under Trick Room. And I'm not going to be that fortunate. So what I think I'm going to do right here is I'm going to switch out my camera up and then I'm going to try to go for the Trick Room with my Aromatisse and get another Intimidate with him, onto him. Yeah, I'm going to bring in my, I mean, you can go for a Muddy Water right here. But the combination of Frustration and Muddy Water isn't taking out my Aromatisse. But I don't want to afford that Muddy Water chip, is the thing. But if it goes for a Calm Mind, if he goes for, you know, the Moonblast and then the Frustration into the Aromatisse, I'm getting in my Staraptor for free and I can go for a Final Gambit the following turn to the Feeny. Because the Kangaskhan's chipped pretty well right here, in which my Snorlax can come in and try to clean him up. So let's go for it. We're getting off another Intimidate into my Kangaskhan to improve the longevity of my Aromatisse and trying to get up a Trick Room. But I think he goes for a Muddy Water. Because that will be able to... He goes for the Frustration into the Aromatisse. The Muddy Water can also take out the Camerupt. Yep. Yeah, that's not doing anything now with it being -2. And he goes for the Muddy Water, unfortunately. Hopefully this doesn't do too much damage to my Staraptor. That does... I mean, come on, dude. That does way too much damage to the Staraptor. Could have just protected with the Camerupt. Yeah, I'm not playing very well in this match. Could have protected the Camerupt and then gone for... I mean... I think I just sacrificed my Staraptor right here. Feeny's going to attack before that of... Alright, so if he misses... Actually, no, what am I doing? So this is what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to go for the Close Combat right there. I'm expecting my Staraptor to go down, so I'm going to go for Close Combat right there. I'm going to set up the Sunny Day, because the Sunny Day's not doing too much. If he's going to bring out the Kangaskhan to the Landorus. I just went for the Final Gambit to end a U-turn right there, because my Staraptor's going to survive right here, and I'm going to get literally no damage off and no free switch in. Alright, so starting this turn, I'm going to start thinking my plays out thoroughly, because I'm clearly not thinking out them too thoroughly. Yeah, he's going to go from a lot of Muddy Waters. He's definitely specs. And based off the damage it did to the Staraptor, it's definitely specs. It's going to proc my Berry at least. Close Combat? Yeah, it's not doing anything. I should have just Final Gambit it. Actually, I should have just U-turned. Okie doke. So what do I do right here? I can't do that. So he should allow my Staraptor to survive right here. He really should. But I can't freely switch into something in the back. I could switch it into my... I was going to switch it into my Snorlax, actually. I'm going to Moonblast the Feeny to potentially get a special attack decrease. And if he switches into Kangaskhan onto the Feeny, this will bring him down in range for another Moonblast. Because what I think he's going to do is he's not going to let my Staraptor go down right here. He's going to keep me in underneath the Trick Room so that I attack last. Oh, he's just going to take my Staraptor out. Okay. Which would have then therefore gave me a free switch in. Alright, so he's playing the Trick Room well. I am not. 2 more turns of Trick Room left after this. Definitely goes for the Fake Out into the Snorlax right here. So I'm just going to go for the Hail Mary Belly Drum. And then... I'm going for the Moonblast into Kangaskhan. This is not the play, because he can bring in his Feeny, but the Feeny's not doing anything in the sun. Okay, he goes for the Fake Out into the Kangaskhan. I'm in Snorlax. And granted, I can switch into my Staraptor the next turn. Yeah, it's not taking out the Snorlax. I'm in the Kangaskhan, which actually isn't that bad. He's going to bring in a Feeny onto that slot. Okay, good play. So he's not choiced. It's either Assault Fest or Grandium Z. He's Grandium Z, though. I think he would have went for it into the Snorlax because he faked me out. Alright, so let's check speeds here. I think I am... Alright, so 31. Okay, we're 30 right here, so we're slower with the Aromatisse. I don't think this play makes much sense. We're running out of time, too. Oh, he's going to withdraw the Kangaskhan. I thought he was going to withdraw the Kangaskhan, but Moonblast really isn't doing too much to the Landorus either. Could have went for it into the Feeny, but then again, that doesn't matter. I'm going for the Belly Drum right here. It's going to negate the... Yeah, we're going to get the Heal Pulse off before the Snorlax can go for the Belly Drum. It actually isn't that bad, because we're regaining a lot of health right here. He's probably going to go for another Muddy Water, despite being in the... Sun, because he can get an accuracy drop and it covers the camera up switching in, which really doesn't make sense right here, but still allows him to get accuracy drops. Dazzling Gleam. Okay. That's okay, I guess. I actually survived with the Aromatisse, which is bad, because now I don't get a free switch in into my Staraptor. Because now he can just Dazzling Gleam, Groundium Z. Gonna return right here. Is he Dazzling Gleams? There's no point in saving the Aromatisse right here. Just go for a Trick Room. If only I had Protect on my Snorlax. Superpower, yeah. If this doesn't take me out, yeah, Dazzling Gleam is going to be able to take me out. Oh, goodness. Well, we played this horribly. I just don't like these chalk teams. I mean, they're very consistent, so don't get me wrong. They're incredibly consistent. But they just really lack variety in the format, and it's very boring to play with and against. Same thing I had done in 2015. I will never in a million years use a chalk variant team, because it's not fun. Actually, what I could have done right there is switched into my Staraptor and then get Intimidate down onto the Landorus, and I could have potentially have gone for a Recycle, survive the Dazzling Gleam, but at what cost? Because I'd still be getting outsped the following turn. So let's just go for a Heat Wave right here, because there's no way that we can win this game. And then let's go for... How much does this do to Defini? I want to know. And let's see if my opponent allows me to at least see how much this does to Defini, because I've never used Brave Bird on this team yet. And it's in my set. Okay, so it does 50% damage, which is really good information to know. And then he just goes for the Rock Slide. Yeah, I could have missed! I could have missed, and I could have got a crit on the Feeny and the crit on the Landorus. Alright. So that's going to end it for this video right here. Yes, they completely got annihilated in that last match. Played horribly. Could have definitely played better than I had. I just don't really have too many good answers for Among Us specifically. Not that team. I could easily beat that team. It's just Among Us is very, very frustrating to play against this team, because it speed ties. Well, no. Now I know that my Aromatisse actually is 30 speed. My Camera Up is 31. My Snorlax is 31. Because Among Us' speed is going to be 31 min speed. As far as I'm aware, it's 31 min speed. Or I don't want to continue battling. So actually, I'm gonna just like turn my 3DS off right here. It is I think it's 30 min speed. So if it's 30 min speed, it's outspeeding my not outspeeding. It's speed tying with my Aromatisse, and it won the speed tie. I went for a Spore right there, so that was unfortunate because I could have gone for the Sunny Day, and then I got my Camera Up in. The frustration wasn't taking out my Camera Up. And then another thing what I could have done was I could have, because my Camera Up outspeeds min speed Among Us, because it's 31. Okay, so Among Us' speed is 30. So I no, but the Among Us did outspeed my Camera Up, so that wasn't min speed Among Us. Maybe that was like instead of being like either sassy or relaxed, maybe it was like careful or calm. It's probably calm. Why would you run careful on a friggin' Among Us? It's probably like one of them, and then it's probably like you know, it's got its like speed stat in like the 50s, which actually isn't too bad. I think it'd be in like the 50s or 40s, because you can actually run it on a Tailwind team, which he had Tailwind on his Zapdos, and then you could even train your Among Us under the Tailwind to outspeed Feenies without non-invested. Pretty funny. But I'm gonna call it right there. I hope that's the last episode with this team. I did not reach my goal, unfortunately, in getting to the mid 1600s with this team. We did before, but getting back to the mid 1600s, potentially the 1700s. Hopefully we can get to the 1700s with the next team. I'm trying to use original teams. I'm trying to use creative teams. I'm not trying to use these chalky things because I'm so worried about my rating and I want to do good. I don't care about my rating, really. The rating is just like me improving my rating allows me to play against better players, and that's the point of the series, is to have high-level competitive play and commentary, which I am doing a lot better than I have done previously. I am definitely improving in my skill level and commentary, so I'm proud of myself for that, and you could very well shit-talk me in the comments all you want, but you can't argue the fact that I haven't been improving. So, we're going to end it at that. Mega Swampert team, hopefully tomorrow on Wednesday, so... leave some suggestions down below what I could have done better, and also team that I could use next. After the Mega Swampert team, probably just going to go straight to another weather and then sand. Alright? Peace, everyone. Take care.